Hey, how's it going? My name is Adriano Bennett. Through this little document, we're going to be reading over exactly what you should be doing, whether you're trying to lose, gain, maintain weight, and the basics of a good diet, right? So, when it comes to losing or gaining weight, the most important thing is what you are eating because that is actually what makes the biggest difference. Even if you don't like working out, just getting your diet completely dialed in is the best way, the most assured way, and the most consistent way to reach your fitness goals. And that's exactly what we're going to go through right here, okay? The basics of a good diet. So this is everything you need for a good diet. Everybody's different, but this will help almost everyone. There's a few people who of course have different genetic needs, but you aren't one of them. You don't have an insane thyroid issue that causes you to eat 10,000 calories a day to stay the same. You are just like me. You're just like your friends. Even you're just like your skinny friends or your super bulky friends, and you just don't know how they do it. Well, this is exactly how they do it, all right? So right here, this is our daily calorie finder. So this will help you find your resting metabolic rate. Everybody's best resting metabolic rate falls between these lines, right? So of course for here, I could read over how to do it. You should put your age, your height, your weight, you calculate, and it tells you how many calories you need to eat a day to stay there or lose weight, right? So sedentary, 1900 calories a day. So if you're 180 centimeters, 160 kilograms, which is about 5'10", and 120 pounds, this is how many calories you need. Well, I guess, 120 pounds. This is how many calories you need to stay the same weight. So, example, what is a diet, right? A lot of people say, oh, my diet's so good, my diet's so bad. What is a diet? Well, a diet is what you eat over a long period of time, day to day. So if you eat pizza, cereal, snacks most days, that is your diet and you don't even think about it. A diet is what you eat most days for a long period of time. Some people eat keto or low carb. Most people just eat whatever's easiest, right? Like a burger home from work. That might be your diet. So this guide will show you what a macro is, how many calories you truly need, what foods will help you the most, how to reach your goals, how to keep going and stay consistent, and how to stay accurate without leaving anything up to chance. Because when you leave things up to chance, you don't get the results you want. And when you don't get the results you want, it sucks, right? So this will help you get rid of that whole problem. So what is a macro? A macro is a macronutrient. Macros are the main parts of food. Think of it like building a house. They are the materials that you use to build a house. So you got wood, bricks, nails, all that fun stuff. All foods are made of 3 macros. So you have protein, carbs, and fats, and these have different calories inside of each, right? So proteins have 4 calories per gram. Carbs have 4 calories per grams, and fats are the highest with over double than both of these with 9 calories per grams, right? I believe fiber is like 7 or something like that. So chicken is mostly protein, rice is mostly carbs, and butter is mostly fat. And that's a few examples of what you'd be looking at when it comes to what each macro is, right? So breads are very high in carbs. There you go. You get the point, right? Calories and RMR. Your body burns calories all day, every day, whether you like it or not. You burn calories by doing nothing and moving. Your RMR, or your resting metabolic rate, means what your body burns just to stay alive. You can't really control it. Your body's going to be burning these calories whether you're sleeping, pooping, playing Fortnite. It's just going to be burning these calories just to keep you alive. So even if you sleep all day, your heart and lungs and brain still burn calories. You can find your RMR. Just type in RMR calculator into Google. I have the one linked up top, at the top of this PDF. Type in your specs and it will tell you. So example, your RMR is 2,200 calories. That means your body burns 2,200 calories even if you don't move. That means you have to eat just to stay the same weight. Most phones track your steps and calories too. That's why I want you to download Cronometer. It's completely free. I'm not sponsored by them. They're my favorite calorie calculating app because this just has everything you need. It has a barcode scanner. So if you're on the move and you want to just punch in exactly what you're eating, you scan the barcode at the back, type in how much you ate, and you're done. So tracking calories. How do we even track calories consistently, right? To reach any fitness goal, you need to track calories. I don't care what people say. You will over or underestimate your calories per day. There's studies on this by up to 50%. That means you're wrong on how many calories you're eating. 50%, you're wrong. I'm sorry. If you're trying to lose weight and you're off by 50%, you will never lose your weight because you will never know how much you're eating. That's why you should use a free app like Cronometer. You get a food scale. I have a food scale right here. This is my food scale. All of them are the same. This is the one I use. It's called Master Chef. You just put your food on there. If you're eating chicken, toss it on there, weigh it out, and punch it into your Cronometer. And you will know throughout the day how many calories you are actually eating, right? An example, chicken weighs 150 grams. You just type in 150 grams, find the chicken, punch that in, and the app shows you how many proteins grams you're eating. and how many calories you're eating. This removes guessing, and this will actually get you the results you want. So weight loss. If you're trying to lose weight, it's about calories in, calories out. To lose weight, you need to eat less calories than you burn. Your RMR, stay 500 calories below that. So here's an example. Your body burns 2,500 calories a day, right? So whether you like it or not, your body's going to be burning that. If you want to lose weight, you eat 2,000 calories. Protein is also very important. I know a lot of people are terrified of getting skinny fat, and you should be. If you spent the last, I don't know, depending on how old you are, 20 years bulking, whether you like it or not, right? Just gaining weight. You don't want to lose all that muscle you just have under all that fat. So you need to make sure you're getting your protein in as well. Because if you lose a bunch of weight, but you're not actually watching your protein, you will lose your muscle too. And you will just get skinny fat, and nobody wants that after a weight loss. You're just in the same boat, just looking a little bit different, right? So make sure you're eating your protein. How much protein should you eat? 1 gram per pound of body weight. This is the best rule of thumb you can get. If you're 220 pounds, eat 220 grams. As you get lighter and lighter and lighter, wean that back as well. So you went from 220 pounds to 200 pounds. Well, 200 grams of protein. Now you're at 180 pounds, 180 grams of protein. You get the point. As you get lighter, you should keep this the same and just start dialing it back a little bit. That way you can supplement it with more calories and different things, but you can still be keeping your muscle. So this protein is also amazing because it helps you keep full. It helps you keep muscle, right? So you won't be hungry all the time if you have pretty decent protein macros. So exercise helps, but food matters more when it comes to losing weight. Maintaining weight, once you're at your weight, just find your RMR and just eat what your RMR is. So if you're at 2,500 calories, eat that many calories and keep your protein, again, 1 gram per pound of body weight. And then weight gain, of course, add about 500 calories to it. This whole workout routine, this whole people I'm trying to help here are trying to lose weight, but if you're trying to gain weight, the same rule falls for you, right? So just eat 500 calories more, add a couple grams of protein. So if you're at 180, but you want to get to 200 pounds, right? Well, then just put 200 grams of protein. Find your ideal weight and eat that in grams of protein. So eat 2,500 instead of 2,000 if you're trying to gain weight. If your weight gain stops going up, eat a little bit more, but don't go crazy because you don't want to do dirty bulk where you get to 300 pounds and you kind of forgot why you started, right? So final words, results take time. Don't give up. That's why I actually have this weight tracking calculator. It finds your average weight throughout the week, and that way you can actually find out how much you've been gaining or losing. From day to day, I've had it where I went from 187 pounds to 190 pounds in less than a day. If that's not crazy, I don't know what is. It's because I just drank a bunch of water that day. I had some salt, and then my body just stored a bunch of water. You don't lose or gain fat that fast. It's impossible, okay? So that's why you want to find your weekly average. This is completely free. It's inside of my Discord or my school. Just give it a shot. Throughout the week, punch in every day in the morning when you wake up. Go stand on that scale, punch this in, and then over the weeks, you will actually be able to see how much weight you are gaining or losing without having to guess, without being discouraged. Because when your scale goes up or down, you may not know what's going on. Well, over a long period of time, it will actually show you the accurate weight you are. Okay? Again, you don't get strong in one workout. You don't lose fat in one day. Results take time. I've lost 40 pounds in 1 year. So no drugs, all right? I'm very against peptides because we don't know the long-term side effects with them. I'm very against steroids because we don't know the long-term effects of them. And the ones we do know, we know that it gives you liver, heart disease, you die, you get roid rage, you just become a worse person. For what? To look better? You can do that without drugs. I do that without drugs, and you will do it without drugs, okay? No shortcuts, just consistency. You will miss a day. You will overeat one day. You will forget to track one day. But guess what? You always have tomorrow. You always have today. And you can actually change it, right? So just try again tomorrow. If you fall off, don't quit. Keep going. Because it's not who wins in one day or 1 week. It's who stays the best over a month, 3 months, a year. If you have 2 bad months out of the year, but then you lock in for the next 8, guess what, buddy? Nobody's going to even remember those first 2 months. You won't. You're only going to remember the good 8 months you had, right? So I, Adriano Bennett, I believe in you. And you should believe in you too. Good luck. God bless. Let's get this done, all right?